And hey, maybe you'll be wrong the first 2 times. That's the best way to learn. You'll pour it out and you'll be like, oh, I really wished my Manhattan was a little bit stronger. All right, so as we pour this out in our Yarai, John, you started in a great way. Great cup, too. I want to make sure that you're hitting on top of your cherry and actually mixing up that last little bit. So we added that cordial into our stirring glass. We have a little bit of that cherry. That cherry cordial in the bottom of your glass. We want that to dissipate a little bit and dilute throughout because, again, anybody who's getting this Manhattan knows that's going to be a flavor profile that's going to be associated with it. Move this way. Sorry.
Yeah.
Move they drink.
Otherwise, you're not.
I do love this glass for a Manhattan, but it was with my amount of dilution. It was a little.
Oh
short.
shit! And that was a shorter dilution. That's wild. What? It's a Nick and Nora, right?
Yeah, I thought it was at least. Maybe it's exactly 3 ounces, and then the dilution.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Or measure out. Hey, before we drink, will you measure out how much you have left in your jigger?
Sure.
And then
the overflow.
Yeah, the overflow. Then we'll know, and then you can measure it later on, minus the cherry, I suppose. Minus the cherry.
The overflow was about was a little 0.6 ounces.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, who doesn't like a little extra sidecar of Manhattan?
I know I do. Especially when it's a black Manhattan like this. It isn't going to have the same tartness and brightness of a regular Manhattan because we're not using regular vermouth. And especially considering that most people don't use VDT like we do, the Koki VDT, on such a regular basis. Most of the time you're getting Dolan or you're getting Noli Pratt or maybe Martini and Rossi. All really good, but all really bright and more on the winey side. So it's interesting that we're avoiding that with this flavor. All right, you ready? That's why I like it. I don't ever get heartburn from black Manhattans. Cheers, John.
Cheers. Lift this up very carefully.
Very carefully.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wait.
Oh.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Sorry.
Freeze. Don't spill anything, John.
Hold on. Cheers.
Don't breathe hard.
Sorry.
Cheers. No, just kidding. Don't move, John. You're good. I got your glass. You don't need to get mine. All right. And sip.
It's a good drink.
Do you think it needs? Does it seem like it needs this? Again, I don't think it needs Angostura. I don't think I need any other layer of spice in there.
No. In fact, I'm just thinking about how I've known so many people who love a Manhattan, a classic Manhattan, and now after having this, I'm not sure I can go back to that level of sweetness. Even though I like sweet, this is still plenty sweet, but just so much richer.
Thanks. I feel like you get a little bit more balance. Actually, the Punta Mess kind of tastes like VDT. Yeah. It has the deeper, richer notes, more bittering tones or bittering agents, and a little bit more woodiness, oakiness to it. And the Punta Mess, I think that the Punta Mess, I will say, John, I think it derives that woodiness from something else in there. I don't think it's aged the same way as VDT is. And minus the vanilla too. VDT's got a heavier vanilla, but it's pretty close as far as that balance goes. Because that VDT at the end, you do have this exhale of bitter as opposed to you start with sweet and vanilla, but you exhale with this kind of bitter tang.